Welcome to the TrueLens Podcast. Today we are at the Woodbury Community Expo.
TrueLens, TrueLens, TrueLens Podcast.
I'm your host, Ann Schweisguth, and today we're at the M Health Fairview Sports Center in Woodbury, Minnesota. It's the 17th annual Woodbury Community Expo, and we're going to try something totally new for us as we record this episode from this event. Over 170 vendors are here to talk to people about their businesses and organizations. They also have free activities for the kids, entertainment, food, and more. All this is organized by the Woodbury Area Chamber of Commerce. We have some scheduled guests that will be stopping by, but also encouraging everyone to stop by our podcast and share a story with us. It can be funny, educational, inspiring, or whatever's on their mind. I have no idea how many people will stop and chat with us. No idea what stories they might share. So this episode will be as surprising to you as it is to me. We're going to start everything with one of those quick interviews. Joining me right now is Brian King. Thanks for stopping by the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
You're on the Woodbury Chamber Board, correct?
Correct. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm the treasurer for the Woodbury Chamber Board.
Okay, and they have organized this whole event.
Correct. Yes,
Yeah.
We've organized this entire event. It is such an awesome opportunity for small businesses like mine. So I own Rock U Music School here in Woodbury. We're a music school that does music lessons for guitar, piano, voice, drums. We do private lessons, group classes, try to just make music fun and approachable for kids. At our school, our whole philosophy is we really only have two goals for our students in mind. One is that they develop passion for music, and two is that they have fun doing it. And the Expo is such an amazing opportunity for small local businesses like mine to not only get exposure to the community and have people within the community come interact with myself or other business owners, tell them about our business, the fact that we even exist, but also to connect with other business owners and other small businesses within the community. Because the one thing I've learned in having a small business here in Woodbury over the last 5 years is that this is a very tight-knit community that is so excited to help one another. Talking to other small businesses about what we do, what they do, and then even doing co-marketing and sponsorships and donations and things like that. It is such a really cool experience in an incredible business community. And, the Chamber, we're just so excited to be able to put this on every year and allow this opportunity for other small businesses like mine to interact with not just other businesses, but the community itself.
And you get a lot of people who come out here to check it out.
We do. It gets incredibly packed.
Yes.
Even on when there's snowstorms or things like that. This has been just such a well-run event, an incredible community event for the last several years that it's a thing. People know to come to it. And we get so much foot traffic here. Families, kids, people just kind of roaming the aisle learning about businesses. It's really cool and a very unique opportunity.
How much work does it take to pull something like this off?
As a business or as the chamber?
Both.
Okay, well, as a business, it's, you've got to get your stand together. You've got to get all your marketing materials and, of course, your swag, because a lot of people come.
Need your swag.
You got to get your swag and make something cool.
You have kazoos today, right?
We do have kazoos, which means I'm very popular with kids and very unpopular with parents. But
I didn't want to say it, but it's true. I'm always like, give me that kazoo.
Yeah, exactly. But to your point, with the foot traffic and everything, last year I ordered 750 kazoos for this event and went through them all in the first 3 hours.
Wow.
So this year we got 1,000, so hopefully be well stocked enough for the whole day.
That kind of tells you how many people are coming through.
Exactly. Just tells
that's
you
a lot of
that's
a lot of people. That's a lot of contacts.
It's a lot of kazoos.
That's a lot of kazoos.
A lot of kazoos on the ride home for mom and dad. But then as a chamber, Lori and the team put so much effort into this event, and they have done it for so well for so long. It is just such a well-oiled machine, from checking in as a business, get everything set up, knowing where you're supposed to go, to the day of, all the logistics and everything.
Very smooth.
Very smooth.
Very smooth.
And they've got this thing down to such a fine art. It's so incredible to be a part of that. It's honestly, as a business, a stress-free day from the logistics side of it, because it's so well taken care of.
And I heard that you've not only gotten clients, but you've also gotten teachers.
That is the incredible thing about this event, is that you get a mixture of everything. So we've got kids approaching the table. We've got a piano out and like drums and things like that for kids to play on. So they want to engage with my booth and learn more about it. I talk to parents and families and things like that. But I have also throughout the years talked to people who are former music educators who were looking for a new job and just got excited about the things that we do at Rock U and then ended up hiring them. So I not only get new students from an event like this and getting exposure, I'm also hiring people from this event. So it for me is one of the best days of the year for me, and one of honestly my best marketing opportunities that I do, but also my best recruiting opportunities I do. So it's really interesting because I never thought of it doing that when I first registered 5 years ago. But the fact that I've now hired a couple teachers from this event and just talking to people here has been so incredible for us.
Do you have any tips for new vendors who are coming in? What would you say to them?
I would say honestly 2 things. One, have some really awesome swag, because you do get people that just approach your booth and just want to grab the thing.
Yep.
But then you have to have your 20-second elevator pitch. When they're grabbing the swag, be like, hey, can I tell you more about my business?
Yep.
Because that's why we're here. We're here to engage with the community, tell people and get impressions, get eyeballs on our business that people might not otherwise know that we're here.
A lot of people will stop and be like, who are you? And yeah, you need to be able to say that really quickly and let them move on, because there's 170 booths here to see.
Exactly.
So that's a lot. Well, thank you so much for stopping here. I'll let you get back to your booth and start talking to people.
Thanks, gotta go hand out some kazoos, Ann.
Awesome. Enjoy.
Thanks, have a good day.
Hi, I'm with Destination Woodbury. We're here at the Community Expo. We're excited to show you all the fun things there are to do in Woodbury.
Hi, we're Woodbury Community Foundation, and we're a local nonprofit that connects the community with causes that matter. Please join us.
Hi, we are here with the Goddard Schools of Woodbury. We service kids through 6 weeks through private kindergarten, and we have 2 locations here in Woodbury.
We are hauling it away, and we do estate sales, junk removal, whole home cleanouts, and dumpster rental.
We're the Woodbury Rotary Club, and we are always looking for new members. We've done some really cool things in the community, like raising $250,000 for the Woodbury Rotary Miracle Field, and most recently we raised $20,000 for Open Cupboard. Please join us.
I'm with Great Cloud Outdoors. We build paper patios and retaining walls for homeowners in the East Metro.
Hi, I'm with Sharky's Cuts for Kids in Woodbury, right by the Target off Valley Creek. Come out and see us.
Hey everyone, we're with Woodbury Board and Brush at the Woodbury Expo. If you want to come and see DIY art projects, we're your person. Come see us.
Hi, Harmony Wheels Travel here. Wheelchair accessible, non-emergency travel.
Hi, I'm here with Electrify Everything Minnesota, and we are here to help Minnesotans switch to efficient, clean electric alternatives for their homes.
Okay, folks, let's get into the stories. We are going to open up the mic today to the community to come and tell a story about whatever they'd like to tell. It can be funny, it can be educational, it can be inspiring, it could be what they had for breakfast. I have no idea what they're going to say. So let's turn it over to the community and see what we get.
My name is Zaina. I really like to play clarinet, and I started playing in 4th grade, and then in 6th grade I joined this orchestra called Gitzies that I really like. It's outside of school. I was really happy because I made it into one of the orchestras. So after that, I played a lot in the orchestra, and we actually got to perform at like really cool places like Orchestra Hall and stuff, and I really liked it. So then the summer of 7th grade, like before the end of the year, I decided I wanted to audition again. But I wanted to like skip a role or like skip a level because I was on like one of the lower levels and I wanted to skip to a higher level. So I like focused a lot on my audition. I picked out a song that I really liked. Not a lot of people try to skip the orchestras. Usually you're supposed to go up like 1 year at a time. So I was really scared. And then like in the middle of the summer, I found out that I made it in, and I was really, really, really happy. And then I made it in. And it was kind of hard because I didn't really have like a lot of friends in it because I skipped a level. But after that, I made a lot of like really good friends, and I just had a lot of fun performing. Like the harder music was really fun because I felt like it was more my level. And we did like seating auditions, and it was just like really fun, and I had a really fun time. And then I'm still in it now, and I'm actually working on my audition for next year now. I just got the music, and it's just a really fun experience, and I really love music.
Now can I tell the story?
Yes.
I have a dog named Louie, and he a duck and lab. He is a baby, and he 9 months old, and his favorite things are puppies and games.
Hi, this is Amanda Hemmingson-Yeager, Minnesota State Senator for South Maplewood and Woodbury. Just wanted to say hey and give a little bit of a legislative update. We are about halfway through session now and have been really busy in our committees, hearing bills, vetting them, asking some really good questions. And at the heart of all that decision making for me is your voice, your stories, your concerns. I'm excited now to enter this next phase of session where we start working on omnibus bills and start going to the floor a little bit more. So keep in touch for updates. You can visit me on my Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, or via email. And I hope you are taking care and staying well.
Hello, my name is Matthew, and I dress up as a professional Grinch, Minnesota Grinch, where you can find me all over the place. My story is that when I was doing a mall, I would stand still as a statue to kind of play, there, and I didn't notice, but my crew recognized a girl in a wheelchair, and I didn't see it. Unfortunately, I scared her a little too good for my own benefit, and then I saw that, and I felt instantly bad because, I didn't see her. So my team makes me very well aware of, anything okay, hey, cool it down, hey, amp it up. I kneel down to her. I am so sorry I did not see you there, and she really wanted to meet the Grinch. So, we started talking about Christmas, and she's like, "You're not going to steal my Christmas, are you?" I'm like, "No, yours, I would steal for you," so, it's just the reaction of these kids that I see constantly. Kids are traumatized by the fact of I'm going to steal their Christmas, where in reality, I don't have the time for it. I don't have the patience or the spoons. I'm about bringing the joy to a lot of kids, especially when I get to kind of be a little funny and a little sarcastic on them. But in reality, the girl and I end up giving a hug, and to this day, it just made me think of how wonderful a little girl like that could be. That's my story. Come see me soon. Maybe for a holiday near you. Losers!
My name is Brooks, and so this once upon a time, there was a door that led to an imaginary world called Magicland. So when you walk in, you look to your left, you see an elevator. You look to your right, you see a bunch of birds, animals, spiders, anything imaginable. So I chose to go in the elevator. I go into the elevator, and I try to find the buttons that lead to the floors. But the buttons aren't in there. So all of a sudden, the door slams shut, and I start moving up floors at a time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see the thing go up. Now the door's open. I'm laying on the ground, not knowing what's happening. I stand up, I walk out the doors, and all I see is pitch black. So I walk out, and I look to my right. I see light. I look to my left. I see darkness. So I keep going forward. I look to my right. I see light. I look to my left. I see darkness. So whenever I walk forward, life changes. I walk forward more. Life changes. I look to the left. I see light. I look to the right. I see darkness. I go in light. I find my mom, my dad, my brother, my other brother, my sister. I go to darkness. I see everybody that's dead. Then I stand up, go back to the elevator. I go up 5 floors, stand up, go out, and look for light and darkness. All I see is grass, a swing set, and nothing else. So then I go back to the elevator and go down the floors.
Hi, my name is Riley Pertu, and I will be telling you guys a lot about Woodbury Show Choir and Woodbury High School Choir and what we do. So within Woodbury High School Choir, we have 3 choirs at our school. We have show choir, we have concert choir, and we have royal choir, right? Yeah. That's the choirs that we have. Yes. And during a day in the life of a choir kid would be warming up in the morning, but all of us kind of pick a karaoke song before we get started to kind of get us all on the same page and get us all really connected. And quite literally, I feel like music is the only thing that brings the world together. And music in general is just a very beautiful and important thing to have and hold in your heart. But another thing that Woodbury High School Choir does is we accept everyone into our choir. So Royal Choir, anyone can join, anyone can be entered. Show choir, you do have to audition, and of course, concert choir you have to audition for. I'm in 2 of the choirs at Woodbury High School. I am in concert and I'm in royal choir. I'm in concert and I'm in show choir. Royal choir is for, kids who are younger, usually 9th to 10th graders. And my favorite part of choir is probably learning new songs. I've learned like 70 songs in total and being in choir for my 4 years of high school. So I can't lie, choir is probably the best thing in the world.
Fun fact.
Bats can see in the dark. And bats are nocturnal.
Can you explain a little bit more about nocturnal?
Yeah.
What is a nocturnal?
Nocturnal is owls, bats,
Yeah.
and
Are you a nocturnal?
no.
What are you?
Dino.
Huh?
Dino.
Dino?
That's it. That's it.
My name is Ray. So there were like these 2 kung fu fighting dudes, and then they were chilling at their cool house, and then 29,000 miles away, a samurai that's evil was there, and he wanted to take over the world, and then he went to their village, and then all of a sudden the 2 kung fu fighting dudes saw him at their village, and then the samurai used his mystical powers and then made an earthquake so large that they almost died. And then the 2 kung fu fighting dudes used their power kick, and then they defeated the samurai dude.
My name's Elizabeth Nyans, and I just want to share with everybody that it's never too late to have a second career. I actually started out my career doing sales and marketing with various companies, a packaging company and a transportation company. Really enjoyed it, but got to a point in my life where I wanted something more. And I started to explore other options, and I'd never thought about going to law school in my mid-30s, but I talked to a bunch of attorneys I knew and decided I wanted to do some more meaningful work. I went to law school in my mid-30s, and when I got out, I decided to open my own law firm focusing on estate planning, and I just love helping people. It's been one of the most rewarding phases of my life, and I get to hear everybody else's stories, and that's the best part. Just learning about people's life experiences, their families and relationships, and being able to give people the peace of mind that they need, that their families will be taken care of when they're gone, is the best part of my job. And I strongly encourage anybody, if you feel like you're stuck and you need to do something different, that it's never too late.
My name is Joshua. When I went to school, I went on a field trip. On the field trip, I went to the Children's Museum. And after a really long time, I got so hungry, and then we ate. And then we went back to the school.
Hi, my name is Peggy. Can you imagine a world where everybody has access to healthy foods, organic foods, meeting places, a place where a community can come together, a place where people are paid a fair wage, a place where we tap into our local farmers, where we keep dollars in the community? So the story I want to tell you today is about 3 people who've come together and have started the Woodbury Food Co-op project. To bring a co-op is a huge thing, but I think there's a lot of people who are hungry for community spaces, for places to buy our food that is not supporting billionaires and not supporting big box stores. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's nice to have things in the community. We would really love for people in Woodbury and the surrounding areas to fill out our survey and tell us, what do you want in a food co-op? Because we need a lot of people, and we all want to build the vision together. I don't want it to be my vision or my neighbor's vision, but all of us together to build something that is long-lasting, that builds community, because that's what we're all about. We're here to grow a community.
My name is Dylan Arnelt, and I'm here to tell you my story. Ever since I was born, I guess I've known this guy named Jens Coleman. For 16 years of my life, I've known this guy. Ever since I've gained consciousness, since I could think, since I could walk, since I could run or crawl, I've known this guy. I mean, this is my first time playing Minecraft was with him. on his Xbox 360 in his basement. Everything that we did together was with good intent. We still love each other to this day. Hopefully we'll be friends for the rest of our lives. And I think we want to have kids around the same time so that they can be best friends and live a life like us. Oh, my business? I run a mobile detailing business in Cottage Grove, Woodbury area. It's called Clean Spirit Detailing. CLENSPIRT. You can search us up on Instagram and get all of our contact information in our bio. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Well, some great stories so far. We'll have some more stories in a few minutes. But first, a few days ago, I had the pleasure of speaking with Kelly Jahner Byrne when she stopped by our studio, owner of the How Companies and winner of the Woodbury Area Chamber of Commerce 2025 Business of the Year. Kelly, tell me about your business.
I'm the CEO of the How Companies. How stands for Help Others Win. What we do is I've been a professional speaker for 25 years. I just got my CSP. That's a designation. It's the highest designation that you can get for speakers, Certified Speaking Professional. So I've been doing that for 25 plus years. We have the How Conference. It is a women's conference. We are going into our 10th year. We sell out every year. We have people that come from around the country, primarily Minnesota, but all over. And we've had some from Canada. We've been live and virtual. We're live. We'll be in downtown Minneapolis this year for year number 10. We have the How Show. We have a podcast. And then we have been publishing. So this is what's really, really cool. We have published 15 best-selling authors. And within the next month or so, we will cross over 24 bestsellers. So I'm crossing my fingers on these last. And myself, I have published 3 times now. And I'm a 3-time best-selling author, so it's pretty cool. The How Companies is a platform. We're a big old marketing company. We help other businesses grow through confidence, clarity, and action.
I love it. You know, that goes right into my next question is, what's your best advice for an entrepreneur?
Yeah, for an entrepreneur, I would tell you to do this. It's kind of like a construction worker. Measure twice, cut once. I see entrepreneurs spend a lot of money on foolish things. They get enamored with their logo and their business card. And here's the reality. Until you have sales, a new sale solves all problems. And until you have sales, there isn't really anything else that you need. And most people are enamored with the pretty of it. You know, just all the...
What color do I pick?
Yeah,
what shape should I have?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Here's 2 pieces of advice. Don't pick plain black cards and don't make them shiny so people can, write on your business card where they met you.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Who
Absolutely.
knew?
Yeah, well, for sure, because you entrepreneurs have 10,000 business cards sitting on their desk that they haven't addressed, and they don't even remember who the people are. How could they? They're out just busy getting their name out. So
right, especially when you're at a place like the Woodbury Expo.
Exactly. At the Expo, you're going to collect a lot of cards. So make sure you take some notes. And piece of advice number 2, always travel with a Sharpie.
Oh,
because you can write on any kind of shiny card or anything that there is out there.
That's a great tip too. Mm-hmm. Well, we got more than one tip. I love it.
I know.
Now,
got your money's worth.
I don't know what I'm paying you, so
even better.
Even better, right? For me. You've been involved with the chamber for a long time. Mm-hmm. You've spoken at a lot of different events, helped a lot of people.
Yep.
What do you think of the chamber? What's the benefit of the Woodbury Chamber?
Benefit is huge. If you're a business owner, the Woodbury Chamber is an absolutely active chamber. They're a chamber that cares. They're a chamber that connects. I am a sponsor of the Mayor's State of the City address every year because it's very well attended. I have been facilitating the speed networking or the structured networking event that happens every year. That's a great place to meet other people. But the chamber has more than just those 2 events. There's the expo, there's kickball, there's the golf tournament. Right. There are many events, and so there is something for everyone. My pieces of advice to get involved in chamber are this. If you don't know what to do something. Come to Good Morning Woodbury, because you're going to get to introduce your business. So that is a really great place for you to be. Come to the chamber after hours because it's really casual. So if you're shy or you're new, there's going to be somebody that will welcome you. And then be sure to get involved in some of the events. And the best way to really experience anything is volunteer. What can you give? Your time, your talent, your treasure. For new business owners, usually it's their time. And for business owners that are, more advanced, then it's your treasurer. Sponsor something, because everything costs money, right? There's no free lunch anymore.
That's such a shame. Maybe we should have a free lunch.
We could.
Yeah.
We could. I'm sure we could figure something out.
Well, we've got 30 seconds left, Kelly. Anything else you want to let people know?
Yeah, I think it's important, for anybody that is in the community of Woodbury. Woodbury has amazing businesses. There is something here for everyone, from the activities that we have, the sports that we have, the services, the community, everything from the Community Expo to the Woodbury Community Foundation. If you are a gardener, there's places for you to garden. If you're retired, there's a place for you to volunteer. And I think that it's just really, it's a great opportunity for you to get involved. And another plug for the chamber, I think that our chamber staff, the team that leads the chamber, is absolutely spot on. Lori and her team, they do a great job. And so if you have a question, it's on you. You need to ask. Ask for help. That's what the HOW company stands for. HOW stands for Help Others Win. And I'm just so glad that I can be part of the Woodbury Chamber. It's been about 18 years. I'm just absolutely over the moon with having been selected as the Business of the Year. We don't take it for granted. We don't take it lightly. There was a lot of great folks that I've known for a long time that were nominated. I would just say get involved, ask for help. There are resources here for you to grow personally and professionally.
Perfect. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Glad to be here.
All right, let's go back to the expo. We are back at the expo. Let's listen to a few more stories.
Hi, I am amazing. I am amazing. Very amazing.
My name is Praveen. I born and brought up in India and reached directly to St. Paul, Minnesota. That's my first US trip, like 14 years back. All the time, in 25 years, I stayed back home. I played cricket. And once I reached over here, one of the game I really missed to play is cricket. And within 3 months, I found a small group of people playing cricket in baseball fields. Cricket is a famous game in India and many parts of the world. Unfortunately, in USA, it wasn't famous until recently. And it's so funny, like from 2011 till 2026, how the game itself has evolved. In all these years, the year I started, I remember like there were like close to 250 people playing around, and now with 15 years I see like close to 1,250 people playing the sport. And the sport also has helped us to start coaching centers. I already see 2 coaching centers around Minneapolis and Brooklyn Park. And I also see a lot of young kids coming and playing, so the sport isn't dying in this field. And I also see USA team enrolled into the World Cup of cricket. They played last year and the last before too in the 2020 World Cup. So the sport itself is evolving. And the next phase I'm also seeing is the women's coming in playing cricket. I'm so glad to see there is a Minnesota Women's Cricket Club, which is being managed by one of my friend.
My name is Akshara, and once upon a time lived a robin and a woodpecker. The robin was really nice, and she always had like a bunch of friends. The woodpecker was a little bit mean, but he still had like a lot of friends because they all supported him. And then one day the robin went to the woodpecker's house and she asked him, "Do you want to come for the competition that I'm coming in?" And then she also said that pick a skill that you're really good at and come and like tell me how you're gonna do it, and then I will tell the judges what you're going to do. And then the woodpecker was starting to get a little bit worried, but he also wanted to do it because he really wanted to show his skills to everybody, because everybody thought he was just a woodpecker that pecked wood. And so he wanted to show that he can do more than that. So 3 months he was just prepping for that. And he was just always pecking a bunch of wood. And so the person that looked over all of the woods and all the animals, he said that he was getting a little bit angry because the trees was like his heart. And so if it's like his heart, he might get a little bit angry. And so it was the day of the competition, and Woodpecker picked all of the trees out. And after that, the person that went over the whole, looked over the whole forest, he was getting mad. And then Robin went up and said, "Be sorry for my friend."
Hello, my name's Rakshit, and I'm going to be telling you on how I got my birds. So first, I was asking my parents for a bird for a long time, but then they kept saying no until one day they finally agreed to get me one. So then we went in the car to the pet store, I think it was Petco, and then we went and talked to someone because the birds were in a cage, so we had to talk to them, and then we asked them to get a bird, and then they called someone over, like their bird expert, and then I asked them if we could get a bird and like what their recommendations were, and I ended up getting 2 parakeets because they said that getting one would make the bird a bit lonely, so they said getting 2 would be better for the birds. So then we ended up getting 2 parakeets, and they asked me which ones I wanted, and one of them was a blue one and the other one was a white one. And then I was thinking about the name for the bird for a while, and I couldn't think about one until like a day after, and I chose to name the birds Noah and Rita.
My name is Luna. I won first place on state, on bars, 8th place on floor, I think, and then in all around I won 10th place. My favorite event is vault, bars, and floor.
My name is Theo, and I play soccer, and today I had a scrimmage, and we lost 2-3. I played striker usually today, but I usually play midfielder, and I scored 2 goals. One of the goals I scored with my left. That was pretty good. We tried our best.
My name is Bailey, and I'm gonna tell the story about a gymnast called Aviva. So Aviva is in 5th grade, and people think she's younger than she usually is. But she started doing gymnastics when she was little, and she joined our gym, and now she is in level 7 with me, training level 8, and she can do like a lot of really cool things like double backs and like double fronts, and her gymnastics, floor and bars and vault and beam is really good, and she's very like momentum-y, and she doesn't get sad. She is always in a good mood whenever anybody's like telling like a bad story, or like whenever like someone's in a bad mood, she always cheers them up, and she always looks towards the bright side, and she always tries her hardest even though things don't go her way sometimes. So whenever on bars she does her giants that she got, if she doesn't make them, she tries again and laughs it off. Other times other people just get mad at themselves, but Aviva is like really good at this, and she loves gymnastics. So yeah, her name's Aviva.
Well, this has been a blast. Thanks to everyone who stopped by, shared a story, learned more about TrueLens Community Media today at the Woodbury Community Expo. We're going to be at the Cottage Grove Business Showcase in our next episode, so be sure to tune into that. Special thanks to the Woodbury Chamber for organizing this event. Thanks for tuning in, and please follow and subscribe. Have a great day.
Thanks for joining us, TrueLens Podcast. Subscribe now, brought to you by TrueLens Community Media.
Watch, listen, connect.